Unexpectedly, Mary picked up a bottle of poison. She tried to force the man to go to the CEO by threatening suicide. She knew very well that if the man stayed here, they would be poor for the rest of their lives. The man knelt on the ground in pain and sincerely bowed his head to Mary. Then, he went to find the CEO. 10 years later, the man had become the vice president of the CEO's company. That day, he was supervising construction at the site. Unexpectedly, he saved the CEO's daughter by accident. That evening, the daughter came to his office and tried to seduce him. The man coldly kicked the CEO's daughter out. Then, he made a sweet phone call to Mary. But at that moment, the man suddenly received the news that the CEO had fallen ill. He immediately rushed to the hospital. It turned out the CEO was dying. His daughter didn't like managing company affairs. So, before his death, he entrusted the company to the man. He hoped the man would develop and expand the company. The man solemnly agreed to the CEO, and then the CEO closed his eyes forever. 1 week later, after handling the CEO's funeral, he urgently called Mary. Now, he was the CEO of the company. He wanted to bring Mary and his parents home immediately, but unexpectedly, an accident suddenly happened. A construction worker deliberately knocked the man to the ground. The man fell into a complete coma. She immediately asked about the man's condition, but there was no answer on the other end of the phone. She could only anxiously wait at the village entrance. At the same time, at the hospital in the city center, the CEO's daughter coldly hung up Mary's phone call. It turned out that the CEO's daughter had ordered her subordinates to harm the man. She liked the man. Therefore, she would never allow the man to bring Mary to him. Surprisingly, the man had lost all his memory. He only remembered that he had a woman he loved deeply, but he couldn't remember who that woman was. The CEO's daughter immediately began to deceive the man. She told him that the woman he loved was her. The man had a severe headache. He painfully lay back down on the hospital bed. At this moment, he had no idea that an evil plan was being born in the CEO's daughter's mind. The next day, the CEO's daughter personally went to the countryside. She found Mary. Then, she rudely threw a divorce agreement at Mary and demanded she sign it. The CEO's daughter deceived Mary. She lied, saying that the man had abandoned her, but Mary didn't believe it at all. She insisted on going to confront the man in person, but the CEO's daughter directly knocked Mary to the ground. She warned Mary not to go. Mary was furious, but there was nothing she could do about it. What's worse, Mary's in-laws, feeling guilty towards her, actually committed suicide by poisoning. A few days later, Mary packed her few belongings and prepared to go find the man alone. She had to confront the man herself to get the truth. Whether it was fortunate or unfortunate, Mary quickly learned about the man's whereabouts. One day, as she passed a luxury hotel, she was surprised to find that a wedding was taking place there, and the groom in the wedding photo was none other than the man. She rushed into the hotel, disregarding everything. She shouted the man's name. At the wedding venue, the man seemed to hear Mary's call. He immediately looked up. Will they be lucky enough to recognize each other?